What are the 5 signs that the economy is back on track after Corona? So the biggest fear during the pandemic is that this recession is like the last we experienced in 2008. And I'm here to tell you that that is not true. We do not have the same dynamics occurring in our market with real estate and mortgage that we did in 2008. However, people are still wondering, with the pandemic, a lot of states are maybe 50% open. How are we going to recover? When are we going to recover? What signs should we be looking for? You know, right now, people still question, are we in a financial crisis? Are we in a natural disaster crisis? And unfortunately, it's kind of a mixture of both. It's like a soup pot that we've thrown in all these ingredients, and now we're trying to figure out what it tastes like. And on top of that, we have an election year. In the real estate market in a lot of the major cities, they're experiencing demand supply issues where so many people want to purchase a home or move up, and there isn't enough inventory to suffice. And people are either waiting, and people are excited to purchase a home and to move out into bigger spaces and change their lifestyle because of Corona and the natural progression of real estate. We still have major unemployment issues in the United States. Nevada actually is the top 3rd state in the nation, with unemployment being at about 11%. However, economists say that those numbers might be off because employers are reporting people that might be furloughed or starting back to work as, quote, unemployed when they're really employed. However, those unemployment numbers are triggers against the economy and how the economy will recover, and we're looking forward to a strong recovery here in Las Vegas. With Las Vegas being the entertainment capital of the world, once the economy here is open, we feel that it will be gangbusters, and that more than ever people will want to come to Las Vegas to experience travel, entertainment, restaurants, and that experience all over again prior to the pandemic. This pent-up demand will be something that will help Las Vegas flourish in the future. So right now we're talking about the economy, and it's bouncing back, and a lot of people are stating once a vaccine is discovered and approved, it'll be like throwing a life preserver to the economy, right? And that consumer confidence will come back so that people will be more apt to doing things back to normal and as normal as they can be. You know, I've talked to a lot of people, and we're so excited about things like going to a concert or a movie theater or restaurants. I've talked to a lot of people, and they're super excited about going to a sporting event or a concert or a show. Getting back to some sense of normalcy and enjoying your life. As we head into fall, there are some predictions of a second wave of infections leading up to the flu season combined with coronavirus, and causing some people to stay indoors and take additional precautions. However, the longer the shutdown persists, the graver the stakes are for most Americans. You know, this could lead to shortages on items all over again, like when we were needing toilet paper, or prices to increase, and inflation. And the bad part is some of these temporary furloughs, layoffs could be permanent, and those people need jobs. So here's some tips to look for. 5 tips for seeing the economy recover. Number 1 is consumer spending. As you can see, consumer spending, if it's up, will show consumer confidence is up and that people are engaged and anxiously shopping once over again. Along with shopping is an enforcement of job, because of course spending money requires money. Experts say to watch how much or how little people are spending, because it's a gauge on the economy as a whole. Number 2 is job market figures. The job market is the backbone of consumer spending. If people cut back on their spending, it means they may not have a secure job. And if employers cut back on hiring, it's an indicator that the virus is still in force and they're scared of what the future holds. They talk about recession snapbacks, and usually an event, once it's over, the economy snaps back. But with coronavirus and lingering effects without a vaccine, we're not sure when you'll see that snapback. And that is the fear going forward with the economy. Number 3 is tracking GDP, gross domestic product. Tracking GDP is kind of an indicator of what's gone on in the last 3 months. It's another indicator of watching activity and how things are faring on a broad scale. Number 4 is keeping track of what the Fed and Congress are doing. Containing a fallout is usually left to lawmakers and policymakers, and we've seen so far that the lawmakers have stepped in and helped with unemployment. Now it's up to the policymakers to do their share. The Federal Reserve has been injecting liquidity into the market. They've also indicated keeping rates, and this is short-term rates related to credit cards, cars, student loans, things like that, keeping those short-term rates low through 2023. So it's important to keep an eye on what's happening with the Fed and Congress because they are big players in our recovery. Number 5 is watching for coronavirus updates. I get tired of the news and watching all of that because I hate that it's mostly driven by fear. However, you do have to keep yourself educated on what's on the forefront of the vaccine because most people feel that once there's a vaccine in place, that things will come back to normal. Some people think the stock market is the indicator to watch. Well, unfortunately, recently we've seen declines in the stock market. And although that's a great indicator for a lot of things, that is not an indicator of how our economy is doing. Because if you look back, the stock market has been in record highs, even during coronavirus when the rest of the world is crumbling. You must admit, this pandemic has caused a wrinkle in almost everyone's life in some shape or form. And anytime you have a recession, a depression, a war, a natural disaster, or something catastrophic, you never go back to what you were before. You grow and change. You grow and alter and move forward. Someone said, pandemic economics are going to forever change the American social economy. Think about that. Well, I hope you enjoyed these 5 tips, what to look for when the economy starts bouncing back after coronavirus. Hi, I'm Aundrea, your local mortgage expert. It's my passion to help you with the largest investment of your lifetime, your home. I've been helping Las Vegas residents for the last 23 years with their credit, wealth, and finances. If you're new to my channel, make sure you like, subscribe, and tap that little bell. I post new content all the time. I'd hate for you to miss it. And if I can help in any way or you have any comments, I'd love to hear from you. Have an awesome day.